Oh, okay.
Hey.
Absolutely. When are you starting?
Right now.
Almost burned the whole thing down, man.
You see the boxing gloves.
Jaded, thought I should have made it. I was going crazy.
Hey.
Should have been their favorite. Took me out the stadium, locked me out the lot. Told me that my tailgate concerts had to stop. Crowd was going wild, bouncing on that pavement. Felt like I was foul. Felt like it was flagrant. Felt like they was hating. Felt like it was Satan.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of Mad Talk. I'm your boy, MadFanatic.
This is the one and only Leaf.
Back.
What's up, man?
Welcome back. It's been way too long. Way
too long, man.
I'm digging the boxing gloves, man.
You ain't gonna ask me why I'm wearing these boxing gloves, man?
I'm asking you.
You ain't gonna ask me why I'm wearing these gloves?
Why you wearing those gloves, Leafy?
Because we starting the show back, and I realized a long time ago, with everything that's going on in this country, and as we start this show back, it's time for me to take the gloves off. You know what I'm saying to you, Fred?
Yeah.
It's time to take the gloves off.
You put the gloves
and not bite my
on
tongue
so
anymore.
we can take the gloves off.
It's time to take the gloves off.
Okay.
A lot of these topics we're going to be getting into are too serious.
Too serious.
And I got too serious. And we still going to have fun. That's
okay.
Number one. We're going to have fun, and we're going to do what we do all the time. We're going to try to entertain. But when we get on some of these topics, the gloves need to be off. And the truth needs to be told.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yep. So, football season is coming up.
That's why we're doing this today.
Week 1 is upon us. You know what I mean?
That's
This Sunday, there's going to be no more Sundays without football. First games are this Thursday, you get the first game. I'm excited about the season. Are you excited?
Man, you know I'm very excited. Obviously, I'm not going to lie. There's part of me that, you know, as you know, I get emotionally attached to the team and to the whole vibe. So my biggest fear is getting things started. We get rolling good and something happens and everything has to get canceled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But of course I'm excited, man.
We're not going to
team's looking great.
I'm
both
real
sides
happy.
of the ball.
I'm happy we're having the season, man. The COVID thing had me really worried. I thought we might miss out, but it looks like everything's going good. They're saying out of 2,700 players and staff, only like 3 people tested positive so far in like 6 weeks. You know what I mean? So
that sounds good.
I think they're doing a good job with that. A lot of these games not going to have any fans at all. So it's going to be different.
Absolutely.
But it's going to be fun. And when they do open it up to fans, I think they're going to have like a 5th or 6th of the fans. So people are 6 people away from each other and stuff in the stadiums. It's going to be an interesting season. But I'm excited because I think the Denver Broncos got a squad, man. I know you finally got a real squad. I know we've always been hopeful. We're always optimists, especially me. We're always optimistic that the Broncos are going to do good. But I think this year we've all saw we really have a quarterback now. And I know me and you, we put our faith in Case Keenum, we put our faith in Trev, we put our faith in whoever's out there because that's what you're supposed to do as a fan. But would you agree with me that Drew Lock is different?
He's got – and the difference is it's the confidence, it's the way he walks, it's the way he talks. It's the sweat. It's that it thing that you always talk about.
Yeah.
And if you think Drew Lock doesn't have it, they're sadly mistaken.
Yeah, man. I seen him listen to that Jeezy joint. Know all the words. Oh, he know all the words to the Jeezy joint. That's my guy. I'm like, that's the quarterback. That brought a tear to my eyes, man. I'm seeing him dance. He's dancing on beat. I'm like, man, I rock with this dude. But yeah, beyond Drew Lock having a cannon, going 4-1 to start off, which by the way, I did some research because I know how you do the research. Drew Lock's his rookie year, it was a very limited rookie year, but it's better than Carson Wentz rookie year. It's better than Lamar Jackson rookie year. It's better than Pat Mahomes rookie year. Even though he's going to start. It's better than all these young dudes that end up being MVPs or MVP type caliber players. He started off the gate 90 passer rating, going 4-1, beating a playoff team. It's like 65% completion rating. Like he really balled out better than 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He showed me all I needed to see. From his first start to tell Court, like when our conservative coach was like, yo, we're going to run the ball, try to get a field goal. He was like, F all that. and he told Court, just go deep. I got you. And then did it and scored the touchdown in his first start against Indy. I'm like, come on, man. That's my guy, yo. That's my quarterback.
Absolutely.
That's what I need on my team. Our defense is coming back strong, I think. Von Miller looks like a new Von. It might be because he got rid of the girl. Unfortunately, you was saying that from the jump.
I told you that from the beginning.
Man, he had that relationship weight. He was chilling, yo. I think he also had the fame hangover too from the Super Bowl.
A little bit of both. It was too much, man.
And all of that, but then he's always with the girl, exhausting himself, staying up late at night, drinking.
I told you. I told you that butt was too big. I told you that butt was too big.
He was coming in them games tired, worn out.
I'm telling you, man.
But now he's looking ferocious. He's lonely.
And now he's back in animal
no girls
mode.
with that haircut. With that haircut, he ain't seen a boob in months.
I'm telling you. Yeah, man. I totally agree. Now, were there any moves that surprised you, man?
Yes. Some of these releases were a little puzzling.
At the last minute, right?
Yeah, like I really didn't. Granted, I understand how this team does, but for some reason, I feel like there's a little bit of hypocrisy there, but I ain't even going to get in on this. But I don't understand how some guys, i.e. Jake Butt, could get injured every week, every year.
Yeah.
And you just keep giving them chance after chance after chance. But then somebody like Wes Woodyard or Danny Trevathan or now Todd Davis, they get hurt, they're out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Jake made the team, right? Jake made the cut.
Yeah, I'm like, this dude
I was surprised,
in a little bit, yo. This dude wasted. We done paid him 3 years already. He ain't done nothing.
He hasn't played a game, right? I don't think.
Now, he played a couple, and when he played, he
did
good. He was good when he played. It was always like the first 2 games of the season, and he was out of here. And it was like, yo, he getting chance after chance. Todd Davis started most games. He only missed his whole career. So for him to get out of here that fast, either they see something in training camp. Obviously, we didn't see because we're not watching training camp.
Exactly.
Maybe they see something in Josie and Mark Barron's, a good coverage linebacker. So maybe they know something we don't know. That's what I'm hoping. But that one surprised me for sure. Todd Davis getting cut. Also Bosby, because they had reports going out that they were
hyping him up, man.
Yeah, I'm all shouting myself out like, see, I knew it as soon as I seen him that he was balling last year. I'm like, this dude is going to be the number 3 corner, and they were saying that. So for him to go to, he's probably going to be number 3 corner to he doesn't make number 6 corner in a week.
I know.
That's
I couldn't understand that one, but
that was surprising.
Like you said, we're not there.
Yeah.
And it changes day to day, man. They're all all these guys are top of the line. It's a game of inches, you know, and it's
Yeah.
Maybe these young guys showed something the last couple of weeks.
Well, they're saying that Isang Bassi, the undrafted free agent that made the team, they're saying he looking like Chris Harris when he went on.
I heard that too.
People are saying he's out here balling, and it was just the timing of when the opportunity presented itself, he just started capitalizing on it. And then they're saying Devontae Harris was doing well too. So I don't know. That surprised me. But I'm really glad about some of the acquisitions in the offseason. Jarrell Casey was big. I think people don't realize that's a big deal. That's a bigger deal than Jadeveon Clowney, by the way, who we're going to face next week.
Yeah, it's funny. I know. And now everybody, obviously, when they see that he moves the end, everybody says, oh, we should have got him. But I agree with you.
No.
I think we made the right move when we did,
Bro, they paid this dude $15 million. He got 3 sacks. 3 sacks last year. He's never had double-digit sacks in his life.
Yeah.
Not even in college. Like, never had double-digit sacks. And for some reason, he's so hyped up for like a couple
of because, it's because of the tape.
Backs.
It's because of the tape and the natural ability. But, nah, man, I agree with you.
Yeah, you can't pay.
All right, so listen, man. Let's get to the bottom line of it. You know, you're as always, but I've asked you time after time when you make a prediction to be realistic.
Right.
So we're going to start this year off fresh, and I'm going to give you another opportunity to be realistic.
My prediction.
I'm as big a fan as you are, sir, and you know that.
Right.
So I don't want you to make me look bad. I don't want you to make me look like that guy. But it's time to make our season prediction on our team's record. So I'm going to let you start off, but I'm going to give you one more chance to live in the real world.
You know where I'm going with this.
What do you think we're going this year?
It is the real world. I'm going 19-0 until proven otherwise, yo. I have no reason to believe that any one of these scrub teams in the NFL can beat the Denver Broncos. At the end of the day, the best team in the whole league is in our division outside of us, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. We built a team to beat them. We were like, let's beat them. We revamped our O-line. We added Jerry Jeudy, which is the best receiver I've seen in 3-4 years. We added super speed with KJ Hamler. We added another fast tight end in Alberto. We revamped the O-line almost completely. Jawan James kind of screwed us. Whatever him. I'm done with him. But you know what I mean? I like our
O-line. So you're not even gonna jump in and say.
Hold on, you got year 2 with Drew Lock and a better system that's more aggressive. Because remember, we had a whole bunch of games last year where we could have really ran away with some of them games, and our coach got so conservative. We don't have that kind of coach this time. We have a coach that wants to push, and we got the weapons to do it. We added Melvin Gordon, another big deal on the Lowski. That's a big deal signing. And then on
a lot of people don't even know that, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people, you probably just said that, and, you know, obviously a lot of people watching are Bronco fans, but a lot of people don't even realize we have Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? And then Jake Butt opening up some holes, because that's what I was going to say. When he was playing, that's where he was really shining, was in the blocking game. He can really block well for the running backs. And then on the defense, you get Brad Chubb back. You get Von Miller without being tired and worn out the night before games. You got Bryce Callahan coming back. I have no reason to believe this team not going to ball out and that they can beat anybody you put in front of them. The only team that even scares me is the Chiefs, and I really think that we have the pieces to beat them, yo.
Man, listen, I appreciate the passion, but
I'll give you my
you couldn't even just say 16-0.
No,
you couldn't just let the playoffs come.
Super Bowl, baby.
You had to literally
What's
go
the point of going undefeated and then not
first time in the history of the world? First time in the history of the world.
We're not the Patriots. We're not going undefeated and losing in the playoffs. It don't work like that.
I'm looking at I actually have the schedule right here.
Well, go ahead.
I do my research. My research is impeccable.
Yo, worst case scenario, I see us going 11-5.
It's third. Well, it's funny you say that, because I'm going to tell you, when I look at the schedule and I go up and down the schedule, I keep coming everywhere between 11-5 and 10-6. Okay, but I'm trying to be a realist. I'm not going to get on here and try to hold the show and be credible and say that we're going to go 19-0. I'll leave that to you.
But guess what, though? Guess what, though?
Okay.
If the Broncos go 19-0, I look like the most incredible person of all time.
You are.
There was one person that not surprised. There's just one dude that's not surprised.
Okay, you're an incredible person. Okay, so let's just go down the schedule real quick, and then we're gonna get off football for all the people that want to get into the other stuff. So, anyways. We open with the Titans. To me, that's a tough game, but it's at home. It's a dub. Agreed, right? Set week 2. We're on the road against the Steelers, right? That's a tough game. I'm not saying – listen, I don't think you need to do that. I think everybody already knows that you think we're going to win every game. I'm just trying to give people an example of where I'm coming from in the real world, that it's not me. I love this team. I do. I believe in this team. I think we're so much better than everybody realizes.
Yeah.
Game 3, we're playing the fucking Buccaneers.
At the crib.
It's supposed to be whatever. You know what I'm saying?
They got a lot of weapons, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like that Leonard Fournette signing at all. I don't like that at all. How he clears waivers, ends up on that team makes no sense to me. They got a lot of weapons. But
they try to make it easy for Brady.
You see old-ass Brady move to Florida like the rest of them old folks.
Yeah.
I don't think we losing to a 48-year-old.
All right, so then we got the Jets. Obviously, that's a win.
Hey, don't say obviously.
Right?
I thought we was going to shut them out one year and they beat us. We just got to show up. If we show up, we can beat anybody. But go ahead.
I agree. But I'm just trying to give
I'll give you that. Those first
then we got the Pats.
Those first
then we got the Pats.
Tough games, yo.
Then we got the Pats. This is what I'm telling you. Is why then we got the Pats.
I'm excited about the Pats with Cam. I think that's going to be a fun game, but I think we're going to beat them.
Okay. Then we got the Dolphins.
But time out, though. You said in New England, so now we got to deal with you listening to our plays and pulling the fire alarm.
Yes.
So
fire alarms going off.
With that game. I can see that one going.
I agree.
I can see that.
Then we got the Chiefs after the Dolphins.
By the way, this is not a Pat shirt. This is UConn Huskies, just so y'all know.
Okay. And is there a reason for that, or just you represent your home?
First of all, I love UConn. Girls and boys. I'm from Connecticut. This is like the mecca of basketball, so I rep that.
And speaking of that, every year Final Four, you're a Husky. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people may not know, but this guy right here, boy, you're missing out. Let me tell you, if you don't know what that's from and what song that's from, you are missing out.
You missed it.
Missing out.
Missed it.
That's my guy right there. So now, after the Chiefs, we got the Falcons.
I'm not.
Right?
I think that's a dub.
Okay, I agree. Then we got the Raiders. Obviously, it's a dub. Chargers. All right, now we're moving along.
Yo, Raiders are getting better though. Don't just.
Okay, but I don't know why you say things like that. You come out here and say we're gonna go 19.
I'm saying I think we're gonna beat them, but I don't think we're gonna beat them because they're trash. I think we're gonna beat them because we're great.
But you come being this guy that's gonna go 19-0, and now you want to try to give the Raiders credit. It doesn't. It's what are you doing?
But it's like I told you the other day. I'm like, yo, we have a tough schedule, not an easy one, and I know that. See us going 19-0, and I'd rather have a tough schedule because I want to be able to be battle tested, and I want to beat teams. Like I want to earn that championship. I don't.
I think
like LeBron right now. I feel like LeBron is having the easiest path to championships almost every year. I don't respect it.
Then we got the Chargers, easy. Then we got the Saints. I think at home. So I like that's another tough game though. But I like at home. I like us. I don't think they're going to run around like they normally do.
I'm out though. You got to also factor in this one big giant thing, yo. All these at home, not at home shits. The only thing is the flight at this point. It's not like you're in a loud dome no more. There's no fans.
I understand, but for us, it's big because of the 5280, the altitude.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
We're one
of the, if you look at it like that, we're one of the only teams who actually still are going to have a home field advantage.
Yeah,
because we're used to being.
But I'm saying they don't really have an advantage being in the Big Easy, and also I don't think.
Yeah, but it's in Denver.
Our track squad on that turf. Our track squad gonna get crazy on that turf. We're gonna be flying.
I know, but the game is in Denver. Are you paying attention?
No, you said the Saints is in.
No. You just went into this big thing. The game is at home, man. You're not paying attention.
Against the Saints?
What time did you go to bed last night? The Saint game is at home.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why I just made the point about the altitude.
I thought you said it was at their crib.
No.
Okay, go
ahead. All right, you just wasted like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. Oh man, what happened now? All right, am I back? I'm back, right?
Get back.
I had something on my phone, We don't have big technology over here at the Stern Angle residence. So now, after the Saints, we're back to the Chiefs. Right?
That's a tough one.
Away, by the way, in Kansas City.
And they got fans. And they got fans.
Yeah.
They're letting 15,000.
What does that mean, they have fans?
They're letting 15,000 fans come.
I'm sure they are. They're real educated over there in Kansas City. You know what I mean?
Yo, week 3, the Broncos are letting fans week 3.
Week 3, yeah, but they're not gonna let 15,000 in.
I think that's the number.
Big shout out to
that's the blueprint. It's 15,000.
Intelligent people of Kansas City. I just want to give them a shout out. Real intelligent people.
Yo,
get them all together.
Fans. They're great fans.
All right.
You gotta give them their props.
They are good fans. I was not talking about how good they are as fans. They're incredible fans. They're one of the few fans that I actually really respect.
Yeah.
But the knowledge-wise, I don't know. We're probably getting into that later. But anyways, now the Panthers. That's another tough game.
Which one?
Panthers is an easy game, man. I'm not saying we're not. I'm trying to show you and everybody why I see 11-5, 10-6, and then I'm not that guy.
Any game in the NFL is easy. Everybody out there on scholarship. Yeah. They're all talented. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got weapons on every single team.
Yeah.
None of them.
Now after the Panthers, I don't want to bring back any PTSD, but then we got the Bills. Now we went to Buffalo last year.
Yeah, man.
Me and you.
Cold as
we rented an RV.
We got stomped.
We drove all the way up there.
They
were pissing in the trough. They had us lined up pissing in the trough inside that stadium. Those people are animals.
I remember.
We've talked about that.
Oh, my God. I didn't like that thing. What's that shit called, a trough, you said? I don't like that
trough.
Shit. I don't like that.
No one likes that shit. They like it up in Buffalo. It's kind of weird. I saw a few guys holding hands, pissing in the trough. I'm not a big fan.
I'm not a fan.
I know.
All right, so tell you what, here's the big difference about the Buffalo game. That Buffalo game, we played with not even Flacco. I don't know who the hell that guy was. I don't remember his name, honestly. The quarterback we had, and he was so.
You know what? I forgot too, man.
He was so overwhelmed, bro. I was like, yo, this dude is the worst.
It was not good.
He was.
We never had a
bad, yo. Drew Lock could eat that defense apart, man.
Absolutely. Now we got the Chargers again. Another game I'm very confident about, and then we end with the Raiders.
We finished with 2 division games in a row. That's
on the road too. Both of them on the road. So we'll see. All right, man. So you're on the record now.
Prediction. You didn't say your prediction. You said between 11 and 5 and 10 and.
JR, have you heard my prediction?
Yeah, you said between 11 and 5 and 10 and 6.
My auto-visual guy, JR, Joel.
You said you're going back and forth between 11 and 5 and 10 and 6.
Thank you very much. Now we're on the same show. I thought maybe you were taking a break.
19-0. It's going to be a lot of close games in there.
I don't know if you went to the kitchen again.
But it's going to be 19-0.
I will not be mad, sir. I'll be the first one to say that you were right. All right, so I think we're moving on.
Word.
We're ready to get into
Nas's album.
I got it written right here.
You were gonna say that?
I got it written right here. Is the next thing, man.
Let's go.
But we can't go too crazy because I know how you are with music and that's your profession and all that stuff. But you put me onto it, and Nas is my guy, by the way. Not your guy.
Nas never been my guy.
My guy.
Jay-Z,
was always my guy. We had a lot of debates through the years. We had a lot of arguments over Jay and Nas. Just for the record, I was always a Nas guy. But yeah, man, as a musician, as a songwriter, I know you really appreciate that album, the way it flows through and tells a story, right?
I appreciate that album on so many levels. Hit Boy killed it on the production. It's just the first time I heard the album, I was sitting at the beach in a beach chair, just kids with me, Tina with me. And it was just like, man, this is the perfect soundtrack right now for the moment that we're living in the world. It was super relevant what he was talking about. It felt really good. It was a real summertime feeling album, just feels good. But then he's talking a lot of the shit that I want to hear people talk about, because I can't stand half of this music today where people are like, if somebody says they're going to kill somebody in a song now, I just turn it off. I know I don't want to hear you no more. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about your wet vagina. I don't want to hear half of the nonsense, the Molly Percocets. I don't want to hear 90% of the stuff these kids is talking about. So when he was talking about like everything I be thinking, I'm like, thank you, Nas. I need to hear this. It was really refreshing to hear somebody just rap like really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
in a world where everything is like auto-tune. And I have no problem with auto-tune. I put it on my tracks. Everything's so melodic. It was good to just hear like, damn, rap sounds good too. You know what I mean? If done properly.
Absolutely.
And good lyrics, good flows, great content. Like what he was talking about, it was all just feeding like value into you. Like, yo, know your worth, forgive.
Once again, JR, these young bucks don't know shit.
They don't know, man. I told
Nas kind of brought it back.
For me, it's my favorite album in the last 5 years from anyone.
Wow, that's big. I think it's unbelievable too. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Really loved it. So
shout out to Nas, man.
Shout out to Nas.
Just moved up a couple notches closer to Jay-Z, man, for sure.
King is back, for sure, man. So now, speaking of all the things on that on the album, things he talked about, we got to get into. We do a little politics on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
The gloves are off. I just looked over there on my kitchen floor.
You did take them off, so I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
So now, I can't go too crazy. But listen, we're 58 days from this election, man.
Okay.
58 days, as it says. Me and you were talking, and we usually make light of it. I think a lot of times we joke about certain things, but I don't
think we ever had the show during an election year, though.
Yeah, no, man. But this is a big one. And it's right down the middle. And it sucks that everything is so made so politicized, you know, even now with the virus. So I just want to know what your take is, where your feelings are right now, and where things are going. We're 58 days out, man.
what do I think is going to happen in the race?
Mm-hmm.
Results? Yo, you asking the wrong dude, bro.
Yeah.
Because number one, I don't read any of these polls. I don't even watch the news. I don't watch any news. Like, some people are like, yeah, I'm trying to stay away from the news. Like, I haven't watched the news in like 6 years, at least. Like, I don't watch the news at all, like 0%. The only stuff I hear that happens, when I see like stuff going viral on Instagram or something like that. But even that, I try to stay off of Instagram most of the time too, unless I'm posting stuff. But I'll see like a quote somebody said here and there. And for me, like, I see this stuff, how the media works. They just, like, one channel feeds this part of the quote to you to get you mad, and then the other channel feeds this part of the quote to the other group of people to get them mad, and then everybody just stays mad and divided. So I don't know. I know from what I can gauge on the internet, it seems like a lot of Democrats or people that typically vote Democrat, they're not like all about Joe Biden. They're not like, yay, we got our guy. A lot of people seem disappointed they didn't get Bernie. They don't seem like excited like the year Obama was running. Everybody, man, this is history. You know what I mean? Even though history could be made with Kamala still, that's a big thing too. A black woman vice president could be a huge deal, but I don't know if I get the same vibe like it was with Obama. But at the same time, I live in Connecticut, so I hear a lot of people saying, like, get this dude out of here. Like, my grandma, I mean, we in the line all day if I got to wait in the line.
Me and you have had this.
There's a lot of people more passionate. I think people are more passionate about getting Trump out than they are about getting Biden in.
But you know what, man?
But if there is absolutely, I don't know.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And you know where I stand. We are on the same side. I think anybody watching this show, they've always known. I mean, when it comes down to it, obviously we got to get Cinco D out of there. You know what I mean? And everybody knows that. So when we've had this discussion, that's been a little frustrating to me because it's like I understand the passion of some of these progressive Democrats that you know Bernie didn't win. Hey, I'm upset Bernie didn't win. You understand what I'm saying? But I also love my country. I care about my kids. I care about my, you know, the future of the world. And anything is better than the way we're going. And the way they put down Joe Biden and Kamala for things they've done over 30, 40 years, let me tell you something. I ain't perfect. You ain't perfect. If we all analyzed our 30, 40 years being in the public light, we'd all have some bad stuff too. Right. But are they good, decent, human beings at the end of the day that are at least most of the time telling the truth? Can we just get back to where it's okay to just lie once in a while instead of like all the time? And now I'm really just starting to, you know, I'm not trying to go too crazy, but can we just get it back to where you can just lie once in a while, you know, to where it's not every single day. And that's not an opinion. And I'm sure I'm going to hear some stuff and people are going to say whatever and they can put whatever they want. Hey, the truth is always the truth, and the truth matters. So I'm just asking these Democrats out there who don't like Joe and aren't crazy about Kamala, your team didn't win. But this is about country. This is about our future. Like, we have to move forward. Everybody needs to get in line and toe the line and fight the good fight. And believe me, we are fighting the good fight.
Right.
And that's how I feel about it. And
I told you I would love to get somebody in here up here as a guest that is going to vote for Trump to explain like why. You know what I mean? Because for me, like, I don't know much about it. Like,
I'll tell you why.
But there's things.
You want me to tell you why?
Go ahead.
It falls right into everything else that's going on right now with the social issues, with the social inequality, the social injustice. It falls right down the line. So they're going to come in and say, oh, and they're going to deny everything.
No, but I want to know why people like, because I get where you're going with it. I feel like you're going with mostly like racist people. But I want to understand people like Marquette.
Yeah. Well, he's not. Yeah, but be careful when you say that because he is not supporting Trump. He's just saying
no. Not Marcus Baca Martinez. Marquette.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely. I know him
He's
too.
wearing the Trump hat every day.
But that,
I want to understand that mindset. What is it about his policies that make you want to vote for him? Because
we got, as a brother, like, we got to have him on the show, because that I do not understand.
That's an interesting conversation, because for me, it's just like, what I do know is like, okay, you lift a lot of the regulations to protect the environment. I'm not for that. I want to preserve the planet for future generations. As far as debt being like just ridiculous, I thought we was gonna get the debt straight. The debt is like quadrupled. You know what I mean?
Let's go the other way.
So there's things like that are just, you know what I mean? They don't really speak to the kind of stuff I want to have. Criminal justice reform. From what I see, it seems like both parties want criminal justice reform.
Absolutely.
So that's what's up. But I don't know. And then the gun control. I'm for like common sense gun control. Like, don't give people machine guns. Like, I'm all for like nobody needs machine guns.
Yeah.
I don't see why anyone needs machine guns. And also, I think they need to do something where like you can like bypass HIPAA laws and make sure crazy motherfuckers ain't getting guns. That seems important to me, especially to avoid a lot of these mass shootings and stuff like that. But other than that, as far as taxes, I feel like none of them get where I want to be on taxes. I feel like it should just be a flat rate across the board. The whole world should pay like 10%, and it should be like no loopholes at all. And I kind of am with you and AOC with your suggestion that you can't have $1 billion, yo. You stop at 999 million. After that, either like it just goes back to the people.
Rest goes into the country. We have the best country in the world.
Yeah, we don't need people with $72 billion. Nah.
Well, that's another thing that's happened. You know, the top 10 guys have all made, you know, billions upon billions.
And the people,
we got 40 million people getting ready to get evicted
next week. Not to really judge and attack people, but like if you're okay with people having billions of dollars, like if you're okay with that level of greed, and it's because you worship it. You aspire to have that one day. And you're never gonna be able to spend it. Like I seen this thing the other day, it said Jeff Bezos could buy 1,300 Lamborghinis a day and still have $15 million left over. It's like, he's not gonna buy 1,300 Lamborghinis a day. You feel what I'm saying? But if anything, why can't you pay for 1,300 people to have $300,000 house paid off? You know what I mean? 1,300 families. You can be set for like a long time. It's like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I just think that people should not want that much for themselves. You know what I mean? Even if you have the ability to earn it because you're contributing that much to the society, creating that much jobs, cool. But why you need to keep it? You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a vessel and just keep flowing money, cool. That's great.
You don't think that, I mean, honestly, you don't think as a culture, I mean, morally, this country, what has happened is because of capitalism, I mean, it's like, this is what people worship. This is what people think is most important. Money, material things. And a lot of that is this president.
That's one of the things I like about this.
Look at him.
That's one of the things I love about this epidemic, I feel like, or pandemic, I meant to say. It got us back to a place, or not really me, my life didn't really change, but for a lot of people, it got them back at the dinner table with their kids. It got them helping them with the homework. It got them appreciating the small things. You know what I mean? It got artists not touring, and not saying that's a great thing, because a lot of people's finances are messed up. And I pray for everybody out there struggling or that's been negatively impacted. But in a lot of ways, it's put things in perspective. At the end of the day, you cannot take that money with you when you die. Your kids. If you don't teach them how to manage finances and just how to get it, leaving them a bunch of money ain't gonna do nothing. That's like winning the lottery. You're gonna be broke in 6 months anyway. Like, you don't need to leave your kids money. Like, spend some time with them. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Teach them to respect their fellow human being.
Absolutely.
About gratitude and love and make some memories.
Care about some things that are free. Care about some things that have nothing to do with money or materialism, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, we usually joke around and goof around, but it's hard on what this country's going through right now to really be joking around all the time, man, because it's like, I can't even believe it. I mean, we've even politicized the pandemic. Like, we couldn't even just come together on that. You know, like, it's just, I don't know, man. But I just think that the Democrats need to pull together and stop judging and stop breaking each other. Just because your candidate didn't win doesn't mean you want Trump. But you made a good point the other day when we were talking on how some of them feel that, you know, another 4 years maybe will instill so much frustration and anger that we'll finally get what we want, you know?
Yeah, and it was two parts. It was the whole, it will really continue to push towards the progressive candidate because they feel like the AOCs and the Bernies are a byproduct of Trump in the first place. Really getting steam and almost winning the primary is because of that. But they're also saying that also to change the narrative or shift the whole, like, yo, the Democrats are going to vote for whoever you put in front of them regardless. They want people to really say, no, we got to give them a candidate they're going to actually be excited and that they want. We can't just give them whoever and take their vote for granted. So they're trying to just kind of protest. They're trying to really use, there's some people, not they, but there's a segment of the population I think is using this election as an opportunity to protest that their vote shouldn't be taken for granted, that you can just give me whoever.
So, I mean, do you want to do the crazy?
I'd love to hear your crazy. That's usually my favorite part of the whole thing.
Man, I mean, I got some good ones too.
Let me hear a couple at least.
One actually pertaining to you is like kind of funny to me. I don't know how much, you know, I'd have to get into. Anyways, I am going to get into this one though, because this was in Australia, and I've heard Australia is beautiful. Have you not heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Or you've never heard that? I've heard it's like
I've seen pictures of it. It's beautiful.
But I've also heard like socially, like they're doing a good job down there. It's a great place to live. So as this guy comes home, and his ceiling in his kitchen is collapsed, right? Sheetrock's all over his kitchen table. So he starts walking around the house, and he finds two 10-foot pythons crawling around in his house. He calls this snake catcher, because I guess in Australia, you know, there is a lot of jungle. There's a lot of wildlife. Guy comes, right, catches two males, both 10 feet, both weighing 100 pounds, huge pythons, right?
Sheesh.
They get it. So to me, it's already a wild story, and I'm always like, what the fuck? So now here comes the part that I do not really understand. The snake catcher says to the guy, well, these are the two males. What I think happened is they were in the ceiling, right? And they were fighting over a female, right? The female's probably somewhere still in the house or in the ceiling. Like, I don't know how you feel about it. I think I do know how you feel. What would happen with me is I would become an instant realtor. And I would put that house up for sale. And I would not spend another minute in it. But this guy was like, you know what? I'm going to keep an eye out for the female. You know, I'm going to keep the guy's number. I mean, how do you feel about that, man?
Bro, I couldn't.
What would you do, bro? Would you move out that day?
I broke my lease on my first apartment because there was a squirrel in the attic. I'm not fucking with no big ass 10-foot, 100-pound pythons. I'm out.
I mean, he owned the house. I would have got my real estate license that day online. I'd have sold the house. I'd had 3-4 realtors for every realtor in Australia. It'd have been gone. He's just like, I'm going to keep my eye out for the female.
So that's the end of the story?
That's the end of the story, man. But I mean, what do you think of that? So
this dude's still like just awaiting.
He's sleeping there. He might be sleeping as we're talking.
This dude crazy.
Sleeping on a couch, taking a nap. Now, this next story is very personal to you. And I've thought of you, and I hope it doesn't come across.
I thought the first one was personal to me, even though it
No, this one, not the pythons.
Even though I got the pythons.
Did you? Okay. Now,
Hulk Hogan out here.
You have that 18-inch rims like Hulk Hogan's arms. Speaking of Nas, you don't remember that one probably, but I do. Okay? So now, did you know in Jerusalem the other day, and I just talked about it a minute ago, you've been embracing your spirituality. I'm very happy for you. You got a relationship, right? You feel good. Everything's going well. So as I'm reading this story, I'm thinking of you, man. So the other day in Jerusalem, there was some drone that was flying around that dropped thousands of bags of marijuana from the sky. Because in Israel, just like here, there's a lot of people pushing for the legality, right, of marijuana. It's a lot of states. I personally am a supporter of legalizing marijuana. You are too, obviously. But I thought about you.
I don't fuck with weed no more, man. I quit.
I know. No, don't. You sound a little touchy, but you sound a little touchy about it. I know you don't smoke weed no more, but I also know it's a challenge and it's an evolving process. Correct, sir?
100.
Don't get snippy. Don't get snippy.
100%.
So my story goes farther. I look at that and like they were talking about hundreds of pounds of weed dropped out of the sky in little baggies because this company that owns the drone is trying to become, they're trying to make it legal in Israel, which I did not know they were trying to do. So I'm picturing you taking this lifelong trip, like the trip of your dreams to go to the cradle of civilization, to the Holy Land, right?
Yeah.
You're walking around, you're taking
starts raining
and I know you now. Stop. I appreciate the struggle.
Where you going with this?
My last L. All these things that I know about you and as a person in your life, I'm glad to know it. You're a dear friend. You're my brother. And you spent all this money and you're over there walking around and you're just thinking about everything. And you're at one of the most
in the Jordan.
You're literally, I didn't even think about being baptized, but you're there, you got the family, you're taking it all in and you're thinking about everything. And bags of weed start falling out of the sky, man.
I would think God sent him himself. I'd be like, he's trying to tell me it's cool to smoke weed.
That's what I wanted to know, man.
Yo,
but you know what's funny?
He's trying to tell me to smoke. I'd have been the
we hypothetically are joking about it, but you know what, man? If you think about it, and we're talking about so many serious things today, there had to be somebody there.
Thousands in that position.
That took that dream trip, that it with all their heart embraced it, all the things that you're able to do nowadays and really grasp it, right?
Yeah.
So to me, man, I think it's just hilarious.
That is hilarious.
That's a
funny story, man.
That puts somebody in a real spot, man. You know what I mean?
They had to pray on that one, man. You
go a lot of ways with that one.
A lot of ways.
You know what I mean?
I know God wouldn't judge you either way. He'd be like, I can see how you thought that was me.
This is what I'm saying, man. That shit was funny to me, man, when I read that story. And it's true. It was like last week, and I had no idea in Israel they're trying to legalize weed, right? Is that a surprise to you too?
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, man.
Everything that's going on in the news, man.
Yeah, that's right. You missed it. I haven't watched news in 6 years. So the other thing I want to talk about, and this is a little bit like a rant. This is like a rant of mine. You know when I go on my rants, and I think me and you have talked about this before. I don't know I don't know if we had the conversation or not. What do you think of these gender reveals, man? What do you think of these gender reveals?
I think they're corny.
Yeah. I mean, don't you think?
I've never done any of them.
It's not so much that I think they're corny, but
I don't even understand how you can possibly even have one. Like, for example, when you're in the doctor shit.
Yeah.
The doctor don't be like, hold on, get out real quick so I can tell her what it is, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, you want to know what it is? And you'd be like, yes or no. And they tell both of you. They ain't, nobody, like, you know what I mean? How does one person not know?
Well, with me, it's just kind of like I feel like it's just become a fad, and then everybody tries to outdo each other. Just like when they have, their christenings or their first kid's first
I'm going to tell you, the wackest thing to me is the like pictures, yo. I be seeing the dudes, shirtless, with their arms around the big belly.
No.
I'm like, yo, I'm not doing that shit.
These are the same people.
This could have been us. No, it wouldn't have been me.
These are the same people. These are the same people, bro.
Shout out to my boy John Turner because he did one of them shit.
There you go. And I know a lot about this guy by you just telling me that story, because these are the same people. These gender reveals are getting way out of control. First of all, I always have a thing where I'm like, you know what? It shouldn't even be about you're just so blessed to have a healthy child. And I'm not trying to get serious with it, but you know what I mean? Yeah. I just feel, and then a lot of these people, they already know.
That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like
be.
they know already. They're trying to reveal the shit to me, who don't.
And they put this whole thing together. I seen girls throwing guys alley-oops.
But like I said, I feel like they're trying to reveal it to their followers, and maybe their followers care. But I know I don't care. But I will tell you this: if you're gonna have a kid, I am rooting for you to have a daughter.
But now it's like another thing. It's like a Sweet 16. It's like a baby shower. It's like, now we all have to have gender reveal. I really don't think it's a good thing. But just speaking of, that's just my opinion. I think it's corny. I think it's ridiculous. And they try to act like they're surprised. They know what that baby's going to be.
Yo,
when he dunks the alley-oop or the guy punches the balloon and they already know.
Man, so those ones you just talking about sound all right.
I've seen them all, man. And they all make me mad. So let me tell you about the one in California this weekend.
Yo, remember you told me about one where the person like killed their grandma by accident?
I'm trying to remember, man. I mean,
goodness, yo.
There have been so many disasters. But wait till you hear what happened with this one. So these idiots, they're living in California. It's 120 degrees in Los Angeles. I don't know if you know that. Like global warming, we're not going to get into that. There's been too much politics today. We're not doing it. 121 degrees. 121 degrees today in LA. And these geniuses thought it'd be a good idea to have a gender reveal and shoot off a firework. When these forests are burning down and everything is drying, it's 120 degrees. You know, these idiots burned up 7,000 acres of forest. Yes, they did. Because they had to have the best gender reveal. They had to have a blue firework in the sky.
Yo, they got to get life.
I'm telling. Listen, towns were evacuated.
They got to get life.
Homes, hundreds of. But you know what? It was the best gender reveal ever. You know what I mean?
They got to get life in prison.
So it's just funny that.
How many years they should get for that? Honestly. Because I don't
know if they should do jail time. I'm not trying to be a monster.
Jail time for fucking causing all that damage to the world.
7,000 acres.
Bro, they send people to jail for stealing like a fucking.
Do you even know what an acre is? Do you know what an acre is?
You took this item from the store. You're going to jail for 5 years. You put this much coke up your nose. You're going to jail. You could burn down a fucking forest.
7,000.
Bro, you gotta go.
Acres.
If you gotta go to jail for anything in this world, you gotta go to jail for that shit.
Because they wanted something good for the gram. You know what I mean?
They need to go to jail.
What the hell is going on, man?
Yo,
I can't stand these gender reveals.
4 grams of crack cocaine doing life. I'm gonna
now we're talking
people that burn down a forest to go to jail, yo. I'm about to
now we're talking
fucking petition.
Now we're getting back to politics.
You know how many animals are going to die and or be relocated?
I don't think you know how bad these fires are in California.
7,000 acres, yo. Did you say 7,000?
7,000. You ever seen an acre? You know how big an acre is?
That's like 4 fucking houses on a suburban street. It's 1 acre.
1 acre. 1 acre.
You talking about 28,000 houses worth of fucking property burned down? And you're not going to jail?
They traced it to them too, man. They got proof. They know the whole thing.
Bro, they got to go to jail.
I never thought about jail time.
They got to go to jail.
I think I'm with the jail time.
Mad.
I think I'm with you.
Years.
Yeah, man. Unbelievable.
Years. They need a couple years, man. I promise you there's like literally like thousands of animals that died.
Of course. Every single squirrel and rabbit in that 7,000 acres is gone, bro.
You talking about global warming, burning down 7,000 trees worth of oxygen and shit. That shit is contributing to the problem, yo.
Contributing. I agree, man. I'm not happy about it.
Also, they should make it illegal too. Like, make it a fucking crime to be doing fireworks and shit.
I feel like I did this story. It's supposed to be kind of funny. It's really not a funny story.
You know what's crazy though? Somebody did fireworks like the night before yesterday, or maybe it was yesterday. We were driving on the street. They did it right in their driveway. Big ones like they would have at the town shit.
Yeah.
That shit was ill though. I was driving right towards it. This was like boom.
They're called mortars.
The kids were in the car and shit. We was like, look at the fireworks. That shit was ill.
Well, thanks for sharing. I'm happy to hear it.
But we don't have that fucking fire problem they be having.
No. We're talking about in the middle of, it's California is on fire, bro. I don't think you know how bad it is.
That's why they got to go to jail for ignorance.
This has been happening for years. All right, so we did the pythons. I thought it was pretty good. I always like to imagine you coming home to these things. You know what I mean? Nah. The 2 pythons crawling around your house. I don't think you would have stayed to wait for the female. We did the weed falling out of the – and I can tell you what, the other thing about this thing.
Tina lose her shit over a spider, bro.
Yeah. Well, you guys would have been gone. As I agreed I would have. There would not be another day.
Yeah.
There's no reason for another day. Then we got into the marijuana in Jerusalem. What I'm thinking is I'm talking to you now, too, and I know it would have been quite a challenge for you. And we're talking about the top of the line shit. You know what I mean? This is one of those companies. You know what I mean? They're putting this is their move, right? We talk about the economy and all these things before.
Crazy marketing, like just give it away out the drone. That's better than fucking my dude from
right out of the sky.
Baked. Remember Half Baked where they were just giving them out at the party?
Yeah, out of the sky, man.
But the one coming out the sky in Jerusalem, that's different.
People in Jerusalem, let me tell you, they were rolling around. They were rolling around for these bags. We don't think it was just it got friendly. People were taking them. It's not like we're thinking. I think we think of Jerusalem. We picture the whole. It was what we did not think. They were going for theirs.
I bet you some people were selling them bitches.
Well, probably that too. Then this gender reveal story. I think it's a great story. I mean, it's turned out sad now because now we're talking about animals dying.
Yeah.
But
and them not going to jail.
So you're not crazy about these gender reveals. Neither am I'm not.
Nah, I'm not.
Or if it makes me like an angry person. I just think they're unnecessary. Am I what?
You see yourself?
Yeah, what am I doing?
I'm showing you on the logo.
I'm on the logo?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't see. No, you've been blocking me out the whole damn show, man. It's all right.
Here you are.
I know how you get to what's up, man. So listen, we're going to end it with one last story. This isn't even a good one either. It's not even funny. But there was this professor in Argentina, right?
Oh, we got to end it with the punch in the face list.
That's coming.
And why you mad? And why you mad?
Yes. You're going to have to edit
why
the show. I think we got way too dark for a while. I think you're going to have to edit a lot out of it. I think now we're back on track.
Okay.
I think we need some of that stuff, but I think we're back on track now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good about it. How about you? You're doing all right?
Yeah.
Professor in Argentina, we got the pandemic going on. Some people believe it, some people don't. I personally believe it. I think you realize that it's real. These kids, high school teacher in Argentina, they're doing the at-home learning, right? So they're going through the Zoom, just like me and you were doing. You're the teacher, because I'm not out. You're going to see why. I'm the student. You're the teacher, right? She hasn't been feeling well. Her husband's a doctor. You know what I'm saying? He's on the front lines of the whole COVID thing, all this stuff. She's not feeling well. She's told her students, I'm not feeling well. But there's nothing I can do. She was just kind of on quarantine on her own. Her husband was separated, but she kept on teaching. She felt it would keep her in a more positive, positive spirit. She's not around her kids. This damn teacher collapsed and died in front of her whole class of COVID.
That's what happened? You just die?
That's what happened, man. Well, she knew it. She said she had pneumonia. And that's what happens a lot of times. It's very similar to pneumonia, but it attacks your lungs. You know what I mean? And her kids were saying right before she died, they were like, what's your address? We'll summon help or whatever. And she literally just collapsed on the live Zoom in front of a high school class of kids and died. I don't even know why I'm telling this story, but it's kind of crazy.
That's traumatizing for some.
I guess I'm thinking about it because, our kids are I don't know about you, but here they're about to go 2 days a week, stay home 3 days a week. That's a whole nother talk show, man. The way the country is now, man, it's like you can't even do a podcast. Can you do a 4-hour podcast? Are we going to start doing 4-hour podcasts? I can't do it. You could, though. You can talk. You can't really talk more than me, though. It's close. So what do you think of this, man? I mean,
it's just
those
sad.
kids aren't. It is sad.
Feel bad for the kids. I feel like they're gonna be traumatized.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the lady, obviously.
Yeah, she was like
husband.
Fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
He had it because he was a doctor. He got past it. You know, I don't know. I guess that's not too good of a story, but
no, it's not.
It's a little crazy. It's not. Damn. I usually bet around 500. We had so I got 4 stories here. The Python is good. That was a good story. Not really. Oh.
I didn't have any closure, man. I just left off with this fool who's living with a python.
But that was the funny part of the story.
Nah, the funny shit.
How you'd be gone. How I'd be gone.
You had the update, like, yo, so 5 years later, the fucking python eats the guy's leg. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Or if they ended up cutting the other 2 pythons open and realizing that those motherfuckers each had half of the girl python in their stomach.
Female.
They ended up just taking half each and just eating it.
Now we need like a zoologist on the show. Because I don't know the answer to that.
Yep.
All right. What about the wheat? So that's a 50-50. The wheat from the sky in Israel is hilarious.
Great story.
Okay. Okay. So it's half a one and positive one. Gender reveal is a pretty good story. It's not funny.
Yeah, but it was good. It was a good, crazy story.
Come on, man. Because are they getting on your nerves? Like
that gender reveal is gonna get my why you mad.
Oh man, I don't know about that, but that would be great. And then the professor dying. I gotta take the bullet on that one. I did a bad job with that. Yeah. That's not really funny.
What's your punch in the face, man?
Man, I got 2.
Go ahead.
I got 2.
Give me one.
It's a tie. It's really not a tie. You already know who one of them is. He's the same guy with the biggest, fattest chin on the face of the earth. Mr. Kanye West. I'm starting to realize this son of a bitch. He's on my punch in the face list before the pandemic, during the pandemic, after the pandemic. It's because I know that's what he needs. Someone needs to punch him in the face. Because he's lost all touch of reality, man.
Got $5 billion now, and he said, "Don't call him crazy. Call him."
Hey, I'm not saying he doesn't have a lot of money. I can't
call
debate
him
that.
Gazy, not crazy.
Anyways, man. So, the reason he's on the punch in the face list is I'm gonna just cut it short. I'm gonna cut it to one thing. I told him to stay out of politics a long time ago. We had shows on this, and I said the fucking guy. Okay, and I'm gonna keep reiterating. When's the last time he made a good song? Okay, because his ugly ass sneakers. No, you did this last time. Don't do it again.
We had everything we need. Ooh, 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 ooh. That song was fire.
That's not a good song to me.
Did you hear it?
Okay. So number.
Hold on, man. You heard this song?
I don't know if I'm trying to be an honest person. I don't know. Number two. Okay. He hasn't made good music in 10 years. Okay. He's so overrated. The second thing that bothers me is the reason he has $5 billion is because of the fucking ugliest shoes in the history of the world. Those are not nice sneakers. I don't know. I don't get how this has become a phenomenon. You don't have any, do you? You do?
Not them ugly high top ones, but I had some black ones.
I don't like none of them. It's just my opinion. I think I come from the old school.
I feel like they're
the main reason.
They're mad comfortable.
The main reason he's on the top of my punch in the face list is because, as you know, now he's running for president. Right?
Party.
That's the reason why. I'm gonna stay out because I am. I'm gonna stay out of why I know he's doing it, and I told you why. He's trying to help his boy and take a little bit of the black vote. And it's a fact now. Did I send you the article? He's admitted it. And the Republican, these underground guys are out there in these key states, and they're trying to push to get the Republicans are, not the Democrats, trying to get Kanye on the balance. But the reason he gets the old right in the face is because he's calling it the birthday party. This is not a sane human being anymore. It's not funny anymore. You're laughing at this man.
Because you know why he's calling it the birthday party?
You know he needs help.
He's calling it the birthday party because it's about birth. It's about his whole thing is like, yo, we gotta stop these abortions. He thinks.
I know.
And I respect that. And you know what? He brought up a point that I never heard anybody bring up before. I don't know why I never heard this, but I agreed with him. He said that it was him and Nick Cannon talking. And Nick Cannon was like, yo, so what are you going to say to the people that say we have no business talking about women's bodies as men and what they should be allowed to do with it? And he was like, it's the dude's kid too. And I'm like,
okay.
My mind blew. I'm like, yo, this whole time I just been accepting that it's okay for dudes to not have a say-so over whether the woman kills their kid or not. The dude should absolutely have a say-so.
But now we're getting into a very interesting point. I think it's a good point, but it's also, but I've always looked at it that way too. I've always believed the man has the input, should have input in, but it's still.
But they don't though, legally.
I know, but whatever. It's a stupid thing to name your party, and he's stupid, and his music sucks, and his shoes are, and his shoes are ugly. And I don't care what anybody says.
Them all
people
black
can say whatever they want.
Is all right.
And I really don't respect the fact that he's still trying to help this guy get reelected. And it's a real dirty thing to do. And you're not going to – let's just leave it at that. He's on the top of my punch list. That's why. Now, I got a second thing, and it's a whole group of people. It's thousands. It's probably millions. But I'd hate to think that there's millions of people that are that
millions
stupid.
And millions.
Millions. Okay? This goes out to all you people that still to this day, after 6 or 7 months of this virus, and all the facts, all the scientific facts of how simple it is to get this thing under control, you pieces of shit that still won't wear a mask.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to go on and on. That's how I feel. That still will not take 2 seconds. I should have had a mask here. I wasn't ready. I had the gloves ready from the beginning. Put the gloves on. How long does it take to put the mask on? How long does it take you to put it? Look, you don't have one.
I got a bandana though. I can make this work.
It's for them. It's for them. How long does this take? You're killing me. You're already past 2 seconds. It's done. You're safe. Your fellow American is safe. Everybody's safe. Let me ask you, are you suffering, sir? Are you in pain? You look pretty good. You okay? Can you breathe?
I'm chilling.
Everything's good?
I'm chilling.
Right?
Yep.
People who don't wear masks and say, I'm not wearing a mask. They're on the top of my punch in the face list.
All right. What about my...
Every day of my life, I'm in a store, you don't have a mask on, I say...
I want to tell you why I'm mad.
Why are you mad?
I'm mad that those people who started that big-ass fire didn't go to jail.
All right.
Immediately.
So it was my incredible story that made you so passionate.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's some bullshit. People go to jail for so much less, yo. For dumb shit that has no impact on, like, anybody but them. It's like, you did a little dumb thing. You're going to jail mad long. Somebody could burn down 7,000 acres of forest and nothing happens. That's some bullshit.
I never looked at it that way, and that's not even why I was bringing the story up, but you make a good point.
That's why I'm mad.
You make a good point.
I hope you enjoyed this all over the place show. Be sure to support our show too, man. When you support our show, we're going to have a Cost 51 page for all the content that comes on my channel, whether it's Mad Talk, live stream concerts, or music videos. And every time you support the show, you're not only supporting us and our ability to keep giving you great content, but you're also going to be supporting Feed the Vets, which is a super dope organization that feeds homeless veterans who should never, ever have to go to food.
What is more important than that? What is a better cause than that?
So every dollar that gets donated through our Cost 51 page, the majority of the money, 51%, is going to go to Feed the Vets. And hopefully we can feed mad vets through the content we create this year. But as always, appreciate the blessings.
Peace.
And smile, mother F.
And smile.
And smile. Peace.
Peace.